It's easier than you think to look super stylish without spending a cent this fall. And in today's episode, I'm going to share some of my top tips to help you do exactly that. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. I spent 20 years working in women's lifestyle magazines, both here in New Zealand and in Australia, with 8 of those editing New Zealand's top-selling fashion magazine. I left to start up this YouTube channel to basically share my passion for fashion and some of my best-kept styling secrets. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that times are tough at the moment, and with a new season just around the corner, it's always tempting to overextend yourself and buy a few new pieces, but if your budget doesn't allow for it, then there are some really simple things that you can do and just slight adjustments to the way you think about fashion in a new season that can make it really easy for you to step out in style without spending any money. So if you would like to see some of my top tips for doing exactly that, then just keep watching. Now, my first piece of advice is to keep it simple, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to wear monochrome outfits. Not only do these top to toe same color outfits always look chic and stylish, in my humble opinion, but they're really easy to pull together and create simple, elegant outfits this way. Instead of having to try to mix patterns and prints and colors, it's a really simple way to look stylish. And if you just want to add a little bit of extra flair or just a little extra something to your outfits, use texture to do that. Especially if you're wearing top to toe the same color, texture is a great way to break up an outfit and just, I suppose, add a little bit more interest as well. The next tip to not spending any money is using accessories. Now, I always think of accessories as the icing on the cake. They're the final piece of the fashion puzzle that really does elevate some of the most basic clothes that you own. They're also a really cost-effective way to add a bit of a modern edge to some of those pieces that you may have owned for years and years. Those trending pieces are always going to elevate your style, whether it's a bold headband or a beautiful lightweight scarf just wrapped around your neck or your shoulders or your purse, whether it's a new watch or sunglasses or just some lovely statement jewelry or statement pieces. And these are pieces that hopefully you already own. So I'm not suggesting that you go out and spend more money necessarily, but if you are going to invest for the new season, accessories are generally the easiest and definitely the most cost-effective way to do so. And at this point, I'd just like to say a very big thank you to the team at Vincero Collective for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. If you're not familiar with the name Vincero, then they make some really stylish watches like the one I'm wearing here today. I've had this watch for 3 or 4 years now, and it's a fan favorite of mine. But you don't need to take my word for it. Vincero has over 30,000 5-star reviews on their website. They've been featured in Forbes, Business Insider, Newsweek, and a number of other really impressive publications. They've been featured there for a reason, because they create a quality product at a really affordable price. Vincero also offers a reliable shopping experience and one that you can trust, which is really important for me. And if you need to return or swap something, there is never any problems doing that. Vincero watches have a 5-year guarantee and a 365-day free return policy. So it's really easy to feel completely covered and safe when you're buying a Vincero watch. I personally tend to wear the men's watches the most because I suppose it's the large faces and that chunky styling that I'm really drawn to. But there are also so many beautiful feminine styles to choose from too. So there really is something for everyone. The other reason I love Vincero watches is that they don't have those insane markups that other premium brands have at all. So for me, it was finally a chance to own a well-crafted timepiece without going broke. And the best part that I'm really excited to share with you today is that Vincero are hosting their biggest sale of the year right now. So if you're looking for the perfect accessory to elevate your style this fall, well, now is the perfect time to do exactly that. You can save 20% off your purchase using my unique link, which I will leave in the description box below, so you can whip down there and check it out when you finish watching this video. But that link is simply vincerocollective.com/The Style Insider. And as I said, all of the details and the link are in the description box below, so definitely go and check them out at the end of this video. Next up, it's really important to go back to basics. Now, I can hardly believe that I'm saying this, and I did mention this in a recent video, that I recently bought myself a trench. I had been on the fence, or probably not even on the fence. I wasn't a fan of trenches for years and years. I bought one a couple of months ago, and it's winter here in New Zealand, and I have got so much wear out of it. I actually finally understand the appeal of the humble trench. It is the most versatile piece that I own. Essentially, I wear it over everything, and it just gives my outfit that extra something special. But it's also practical. It covers me up, it keeps the wind out, the rain out. It's practical, it's versatile, and it makes my outfits look a little more polished and pulled together. So those key pieces in your wardrobe really become staple pieces. So if you don't own them, maybe look at thrifting them or doing a swap with your friends, whatever it may be. But just make sure you've got some of those key pieces. For me, updating my closet with one key piece, which is a new season trench, and I will try and show you some photos of the trench that I bought, that has made a huge difference. So think about if you are missing any of those key pieces, and especially those key pieces that are universal. They can be worn over and with almost everything you own. A new season is the perfect time to audit your closet. You will always find pieces to love, and pieces that you've either forgotten about or for whatever reason have fallen out of favor. But sometimes it's as simple as really taking a deep dive into your closet, auditing the pieces that you have before the season begins. It's a great way to really see what you've got and see if there are any holes that potentially need filling, which is always a great thing because it makes shopping for the new season intentional as opposed to shopping on a whim and shopping because something looks fab. So give your closet an audit. It does take time, but it is, I promise you, time very well spent, especially now as we're approaching a new season. Now, my next tip is a really simple one, and it is to set up sale notifications with your favorite online stores. Now, I know not all stores offer this, but more and more are offering this. So if you have identified key pieces that you would like to add to your lineup, put them on your wish list, set them up as a sale notification so that you will be notified when that piece is reduced. Now, obviously, this isn't always foolproof because you do run the risk of missing out on some of your favorite pieces, but it does mean that you won't pay full price and you will always get the best price possible for a piece that you really need. Sometimes it's avoidable with a new season that there are new pieces that you really need as opposed to want in your wardrobe. And what I do suggest is looking at some of the online outlet stores. Saks Fifth Avenue has, or I think it's called Saks Off Fifth, has an outlet online store, Nordstrom Rack. I'll list a few others in the description box below, but this is always a great way to shop online at discount prices. Now, these pieces may have been hot for last season, last fall, and they've been in storage and they're being brought out, and that's why they're on outlet stores or outlet sales. But essentially, a lot of these pieces will still work for this season, especially if they're a piece that you need. So think about shopping online, but online at outlet stores. Now, just a word of warning with those outlet stores is make sure that you go into it with a plan. Don't just go scanning the site. There's often too much of a temptation to impulse buy. Go into every bit of shopping that you do, especially if you're on a tight budget, with a plan. And that leads me in to my next tip, which is definitely consider thrift shopping. And one of the things that I always do when I thrift shop is have a plan. I find thrift shops incredibly overwhelming. There are generally so many options, and often some of my favorite thrift stores are not very well ordered, so you do have to go looking through racks and racks of clothing. If you have a plan of a few pieces that you're particularly looking for when you're thrift shopping, this definitely helps. What I have noticed here in New Zealand, that thrift shops are getting really well picked over of late. Maybe I need to find a few new ones to go to, but my favorites have been harder and harder for me to find some gems. It's not impossible. I've found a few lately, but it's not always easy. So you do need the time and you do need to go in with a plan of what you're looking for. My next piece of advice is to steal her style. Who is her, you may ask? Well, she's anyone that you love her style, whether you have been inspired by someone that you've seen on Pinterest or on Instagram, whatever, wherever you have discovered this person. Maybe it's a coworker, a friend, whatever. Steal her style. Now, it's all about being inspired by what someone else is doing and not reinventing the wheel. If you love what someone is wearing, look at that outfit closely. Put a little bit of time aside to find out who you love. Maybe you create a Pinterest board and look at some kind of looks there that you love, and I am sure you will have similar pieces, maybe not exactly the same, but similar pieces in your own wardrobe that you can use that image as a way of inspiring some different outfit combinations from within your own wardrobe. So steal her style, find someone whose style that you absolutely love, and get inspired and look at how you can create something of your own from that look. Another really easy thing to do, and I do this regularly, is to sell the pieces that you're no longer wearing. When I do this, I sell those items and use that money to update my new season wardrobe. It's also good because it means that you are constantly revolving your wardrobe. You're removing those pieces that aren't working for you. You're selling them before they are so well out of fashion that there's no market for them. And you're using that money to invest or reinvest in your wardrobe and kind of spoil yourself with a few new season pieces. So have a look in your wardrobe when you're doing that wardrobe edit. Have a little look for some pieces that you know you will not wear. Then list them on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, wherever. There are so many places to list secondhand recycled clothes. I am so here for that. And it's a great way of kind of finding a little extra cash so that you can splash it on some new pieces. It does take time. It's not always easy, but it's really worth it. Now, this tip isn't anything new, and I'm sure you've heard about it before, but think about a clothing swap, whether it's with friends, family, co-workers. It's surprisingly easy to do, and it just means even if you swap one piece of clothing for another, it means that you get to enjoy something new that perhaps a friend or co-worker has worn for a number of seasons and is a bit tired of. There's nothing wrong with the piece. It's still modern enough for you to feel excited about it. And what's old to someone is new to you. And I love the idea of recycling clothes and giving them a whole new life. The clothes swap thing is not as hard as you think. Maybe when you get your girlfriends around for a coffee or a get together next time, get them to bring a few of their favorite pieces and see how easy it is. I do this with a couple of my friends, and we sometimes only swap one or two pieces, or sometimes none. It doesn't always work out, but what we always get is a fun get together. So consider clothes swaps as a really simple way to update your new season lineup. Now, last but not least, I think it's also really important to reimagine the clothes that you own. Now, what I mean by that is just wear them in different, more creative ways. And it's as simple as things like, for instance, wearing a button-down shirt differently. You may wear it worn tied at the waist with your favorite pair of jeans one day, and the next, that same button-down could be worn under your favorite knit, like in the same way that I'm wearing this button-down shirt under a knit today. It's about looking at those pieces and being inspired to wear them differently. I find a great resource for this is TikTok. There are so many creative fashion accounts on TikTok that just do exactly that. They inspire me to wear some of the pieces that I already own a little bit differently. So try and get inspired. Instagram's another good source for styling hacks and different ways to wear simple pieces, but it is about just getting a little bit creative. And if you're not a creative type of person, it doesn't matter. There are plenty of creative people out there that are doing it for you. So just check it out. Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, I'd love you to give it a big thumbs up. It means the world to me. And also don't forget to check out that Vincero discount. Their huge summer sale is on now, so I wouldn't want you to miss out on it. All of the details and a link to Vincero is in my description box below, so go and check it out before you go. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye for now.